In this video, I'm going to refactor my app.js just a little bit. What I'm going to do is move my routes into a new file. So instead of having this here, and it's really not a big deal, it's just two routes, which actually reminds me, we should add in a route to catch all of the other routes that are incorrect or redirect. So we'll do that in just a moment. But I'm going to start by making a new file called routes.js and create the component. And all it's going to do is have our routes inside of it. So export default routes. And then inside of it, we're going to take everything from our app.js. Well, not everything, but we're going to take everything from the switch, steal that, and come to our routes.js and paste that in. And we don't really need this div since we have that switch wrapping it. And I'll go to my app.js and make sure we import. So the things we don't need anymore, we don't need switch and route, but we will need to move this over to our routes.js because they are using switch and route. And what else? We are no longer going to need dog list, dog details. So I'm going to move that because we will be using that in this component, because I also need to make sure I move over this right here, get dog. So I'm going to paste that. Okay. And as I mentioned, while I'm here, I'm going to add in my redirect at the bottom in case you go to some other route. Redirect, and we'll just do /dogs. So just take you back to /dogs if you happen to go somewhere else. And in my app.js now, I'm going to import routes from ./routes, and then I'm going to render my routes after the navbar. There's one important thing that's missing, which is that we need to pass through our dogs. Right now, instead of the routes file, we're accessing this .props.dogs, but we haven't actually passed them in. So we're going to say dogs equals this .props.dogs, basically the same thing that we did above for the navbar. And does everything show up? Okay, redirect is not defined, so we need to go back. This always happens, especially when you're moving things from files. Forget which requires which. Okay, so I'm zoomed in 100%. Everything still works, and if I try and visit some non-allowed route, it takes us back to dog list. It redirects. Okay, so now our app.js is just a little cleaner. We just have our navbar and our routes, and that's all there is. Okay.